Hello, everyone.
Yay!
Welcome to Youth Online. Who've we got here? It's Dave and...
It's back!
Oh,
I
what?
missed you all so much last week that I just thought I'd jump on this 15 minutes of fun.
We found ourselves hopelessly without Bex last week, but don't worry, order has been restored. Bex is here, all is good. And today, for the little I don't even know what we call this part of the night. The little pre-bit.
Yeah!
Doesn't have a name. But anyway, for the little pre-fun bit, we're going to play a game. Someone requested that we play a game called Run 2. And I found a game called Santa Run 2. So I hope that's good enough. And hey, if this goes really well, maybe Bex and I need to start our own Twitch channel. I don't know. That could be...
This has extra jingle, so I'm hyped already.
Could be great. Tell me if you can hear this, Bex, if like some music comes on.
Oh, I've got it. I'm here.
Is that like super loud?
It's louder than I thought it would be.
That felt super loud to me. Okay.
It's quite loud.
Still super loud?
Okay. No, more ambient.
Oh, that's alright. Okay. So, yeah, I'm Santa from the looks of things. And, okay, I can go left and right. I'm not going to go into those spikes.
Already.
I'm going to avoid them. I feel like that would be a bad move. Alright, here we go.
Also, while David's getting to grips with how this works, let us know how your week's been. Has anything particularly exciting happened? Are you getting festive already? It's officially the 1st of December. What fun festive treats have you been up to? And we are up. We are off. Oh, that's a nice little balloon. Okay, take your time. Compose yourself.
I'm feeling like, can I get a bit of momentum going, a bit of a swing?
Just a slow clap?
No.
Slow clap didn't help you much there.
That's disappointing.
Oh, nice.
Man, Santa's like proper shaking the ground whenever he lands.
Well, it's all those mince pies, isn't it? Go to the bus stop. Take the sleigh to the next level. Oh, there's that bus stop. Hi, we're on level 2 already.
Whoa.
It's to be alive.
I'm doing great. You're really big.
Jump on bricks to break them. I think you're making a good comment about your weight there, Dave.
It's Santa they're talking about, right? Not me.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a close one. Oh, we're on to level 3. Oh, we were
too late. What happened?
Too late for what?
Oh my gosh.
Stop.
Oh wait. I've got a little. Holidays are coming.
David
Black Santa Run 2.
You need that little Coke music in the background.
Okay, I'm gonna go again, Bex.
Okay, let's go.
Once again, you are very late.
Let's get to that toy factory.
Let's do it.
Come on.
Morn says there's a timer.
Oh, so we are.
If only I'd known.
I mean, you might have less time getting to grips with it and more time running about. Okay, we're off. Level 2, let's go.
Alright, no more messing about. Come on.
One more comment. Whoa. That went really glitchy for a sec. There we go, we're off. Yes, come on. Level 3.
Alright, new level. Oh, I killed a reindeer. Is that bad?
Your reindeer. That's less than ideal.
I'm not sure if I was supposed to do that.
You've done it now. It's too late. Okay, here we go. Come on.
Yeah, he's going for me. That reindeer's bad news.
Good. Survival of the fittest. Whoa! Oh, it's spiky. Come on, Dave. You got this.
Thank you. That belief keep me going, Bex.
Yeah, I'm just saying what we're all feeling. We're all backing you. We all feel very tense right now. These little balloon things are quite stressful.
Oh! Oh no. Hey, do you think you can load this up on your computer? Do you think you can have a go?
I mean, I would love to have a go. I don't think it's going to go as well as it's going with you.
Well, I mean, I've lost twice, so, you know, I've set the bar pretty low.
2020 in my search. That's not what I'm looking for. If you're on iconiccoolmathsgames.com, is that where you are?
Cool Maths Games. I hear it's the place to be.
Lovely.
Lauren says go the other way. I was looking at the chat.
I think more said this before.
Go this way, Morn.
All
I don't think you're right. Oh, on level 3. Oh, okay.
Back in
Oh,
the
do you know
day. What are you on now? Level 2?
This is the first level.
Oh man.
It's not going well. Time is not being kind. Oh, come on. Right, this time. Level 2, here we go.
Okay, I'm gonna watch my ads. We can go full screen on this.
Guys, let us know in the chat, would you... Oh.
Twitch Raven's fading away! How rude! You've not seen me activate yet, Ben Clipped. None of that cheat said.
Oh, my word. Ben's giving us some top advice. Let the reindeer smash into the wall. I don't know if I'm going to get that far. This is really bad. Right, you sure you... Come on.
You've got this, come on.
Right. Come on. Here we go, here we go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Right. For level 3, More, I'm taking your advice.
We're gonna go the other way.
We're going to let the reindeer smash into the wall. No messing about.
Again, that feels cruel. If there's a wall on your side, does that not mean like, oh hey, you could like pitch a lift or something?
I don't think it's cruel. I think, you know, like how huskies, like, they just want to pull sleds. Like, they don't, it's not cruel to make them pull it. Like, they love it. There we go. I think it's like that. Reindeers love to smash into things.
Oh wow, the new things I've learned. Oh.
I guess you're not supposed to do that. That arrow meant you're going to die.
It's always good to explore these options.
Right, here we go.
Oh wow, Santa got like quite animated there in his dramatic.
Said something.
Think he was like jingle all the way.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I
sang
would
a
go
little
with.
Christmas song. No!
So close!
Oh. Come on, need to get to level 4. Come on.
Lovely. Great start. Oh, come on, Dave.
This is so frustrating. I know. Come on, I can do it. Oh, no.
The gaming leaves the audience wanting. Well, I will take the praise of the personalities. The game, weird, love life. Phillips Crew, next week, can you play Abandoned? I don't know what that is, but we can look right into that.
Abandoned. Okay. Well, maybe.
It's scary.
We'll see if we can find it. It's on Cool Maths Games now.
Oh, well, if it's on Cool Maths Games, then
I mean,
we'll definitely be there. Hey,
is this literally like the site everyone uses then?
I mean, who doesn't use Cool Maths Games?
I've never heard of it before.
Oh, Dave, you've got years of entertainment, my friend.
I know, alright.
Just think, it's not too long, you and Judah could be playing this together. Lovely time.
Absolutely. Here we go.
Okay, level 3. Let's go. We need all the support we can get here. It's a puzzle game, apparently. It's asking where's the maths. That's a valid question. Where is the maths?
Yes.
All I'm seeing is fun. Oh, we got there! I didn't even see it. I'm particularly looking at the chat.
How
exciting. Right. We're on a whole new level,
car.
everyone. Oh, come on, get that. Ow!
You looked really pleased about that. That was a bit of a shame.
I'm not really pleased by that, to be honest.
Oh, what?
Oh, boy. Okay. Well, those reindeer were just coming for you. Here we go. We're in the car. We're driving. Quick, get out of the car. Good job. Oh.
It's really hard.
It looks tricky. Not
Okay.
gonna lie, I'm not envying your role in this whole shenanigans.
Who was it that gave the? It was Morn that said go the other way. Morn, have you got any tips for level 4? Anything I should be doing better?
We're needing help. Any of those Cool Math Games fans, hit us up with those tips.
Yeah, hit us up. All right, okay. We've probably got time for one more.
Any festive fun? Anything that you think would be groundbreaking news for us? Or just anything you mildly enjoyed recently? Let us know in the chat. We'd love to hear it.
Did you say mildly enjoyed?
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is quite nice.
It's like, it's alright.
It's okay. You can do it if you want.
What have you mildly enjoyed in the last week, Bex? I can't think.
I knew you were going to ask me that, and I've been thinking quite hard about it. What have I mildly enjoyed? You can't be too excited. I went to the gym today. I mildly enjoyed it.
You went to the gym, did you say?
The gym.
Is it a bit like, do you have to wear your mask all the time, or how does it work?
You've got to wear your mask when you're moving about, and when you're in your zone, you can unmask.
Okay.
And you spend a lot of time writing stuff down, I'm not going to lie. So there's mild enjoyment to be had. More just said, I think no mistakes. He's telling you straight up how it is. Just don't make
I think no mistakes. Thanks, mate. Hopeful.
Well,
just don't be rubbish at the game, basically.
Yeah, just get that practice. Have you got anything you've mildly enjoyed recently?
Mildly enjoyed. I'm mildly enjoying I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
I'm passively mildly enjoying it. Oh, you just got run over there.
Is that the end? Oh dear. Do you know what? We might just have time for one more.
Come on. For it. It's your last time, no mistake.
What a journey. Yeah, no, I'm a Celeb. Guys in the chat, are you watching it? Are you into that? Not really.
Anyone you're backing? Anyone you are disliking? Let us know.
Are you asking me or the chat? Or both?
I'm asking both. I'd love to hear your opinion on it.
For me, I'm enjoying Jordan a lot.
Yeah, big Jordan fan.
Giovanna.
Nice.
And Vernon, they're my top 3. What about you?
I'm enjoying Jordan, I'm enjoying Giovanna. I'm not a big fan of Shane, I'm going to put that out there.
Oh. The toilet chat.
Yeah, I'm over it. I just feel like I've seen Shane Ritchie in pretty much any celebrity thing you can do, and I'm ready to move on.
the shine's gone from it.
It's like the kicks now. Oh, we got cocky, we got distracted.
I was too busy thinking about Shane. I'm a celeb.
There we go, nice. We're on it. Time's running out. Out that car, there we go. Oh, back in the car, that's lovely.
Got it this time.
Oh!
So upsetting. I don't think we've got time for one more. That's as far as I can get. Guy, I mean, what do you think? The Dave and Bex Twitch channel, is it going to happen? Are we going to get any subs?
I think it's the stuff legends are made of.
We'll see. We'll kick that channel off and see how it goes. All right. Countdown coming. See you soon, guys.
See you soon.
Gosh. Hello,
Dave's
hello, hello.
sharing his screen.
I didn't remove my screen. You saw a little bit of a talk there.
Sneak peek.
Oh, it's exciting this to come. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Catalyst Youth. We are live as ever, and we are delighted that you're joining us tonight, whether it's your first time. I don't think whether it's your 100th time, but we haven't done this 100 times. So if it's your 100th time, you are way ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. I'm Bex. Who else is in the room with us tonight?
I'm Dave. Very excited to be here. Very excited that it's December 1st. Feeling festive.
Yeah, you're looking festive. You've really
Thank
decked out
you.
the highest beauty there.
It took a lot of prep.
Must have
but we're
taken all
there.
day.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
Appreciate
up
it, Dave. We appreciate it. I am also here. I'm Ben.
What a thrill.
Were you holding for applause there, Ben?
No.
I'm Ben.
I was thinking if there was more to add. Then I came to the conclusion there was nothing more to add.
That's what you need to say. I'm Ben.
Yeah.
The chat is already kicking off. Looking for Benji.
Where's Benji?
Sadly,
We're saying the
Benji
same thing.
is not feeling too good tonight. We're all missing him. Hope he feels better soon. Yeah. And we will look forward to his return, hopefully next week. So that's the mystery solved. And with that, do you know what? I'm going to throw out a little curveball. I'm going to say December the 1st. Hit me up. Favourite Christmas carol off the top of your head. Dave, go.
Whoa.
Oh, I really like In the Bleak Midwinter. No, what's it called? Little Town of Bethlehem. That's
nice.
Okay.
I like it.
We like curveball there. And Cliff, what you saying?
I am saying Hark the Herald Angels Sing in that, like, the end verse when all the old ladies go like, yeah, that one. That is Christmas. That is Christmas.
Yeah, I'm just going to back that horse all the way to the finish line.
To the finish line.
Because it is fundamentally the best Christmas carol. In the chat, if you've got a Christmas carol, let us know. Christmas carol, if you've got a favourite Christmas carol, not just any Christmas
Have you written a Christmas carol?
Yeah. If you've written your own, I would love that even more. Maybe that could be the game in a future week. Let's write a Christmas carol together. Watch the space. Anyway, we're going to stop faffing about and we're going to go straight into the news. What's coming up? Benjamin Clift, have you got anything exciting to tell us?
I do, Bex. I do be having some news. Huge. There is news that next week, 1 week from right now, we are gathering in person. We are having an in-person service next week, Tuesday the 8th of December in the evening. You need to get a ticket for it because we're doing all the COVID-safe stuff. So there's limited tickets and we'll all be in boxes. If you were there at the last one, you know that it's a little bit weird, but a lot, like, really, really fun to be in a room with other people and to be doing youth, like, live in person, seeing other people, having a really good time. It's so much fun. Last time the tickets sold out really, really quickly. So if you want to go next week, you want to get yourself a ticket, maybe text a couple of friends and say, hey, you go and let's go together, and then get your parents to sign yourself up. And then there's lots of stuff you need to watch and sign to be there, but we'd love you there. It's free, by the way. I'm saying, like, you need to buy a ticket. It's totally free, but you need to sign up so that we know who's coming. So do that. It's going to be a blast.
Super exciting. And I heard a rumour it might have a little festive theme. So if you're hyped about Christmas, get yourself down there and you will be right in the Christmas spirit. Dave, what's your news? Do you have news tonight?
I've definitely got some news. Oh, Maureen's just asking how many people are allowed. So we've got 30 people in total, including leaders. It's just to let you know that. But yes, I have some news, and it comes in form of a video. So strap in, everyone. Here we go.
Guys, it's the 1st of December. We are really excited for the DTI Christmas broadcast. It's on the 18th of December, only 17 days to go. Get your youth groups together in whatever way you can, whether it's on Zoom or socially distanced. Gather, get excited, because we're going to be coming at you live and broadcasted.
Absolutely, our first ever broadcast. There'll be special Christmas worship, Christmas message, Christmas game. We're going to be hosting it live, so we'll be able to see all your comments and everything. And we'd love you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you find everything out on there. You're the first guys to know. We will see you there. We can't wait to spend this Christmas with you.
So good.
How exciting is that? Oh, so
Zeke,
Zeke
Zeke.
and Stu's back
Legends.
together.
I can just record it bang on the 1st of December just for us.
Wow.
It's so good. So good.
kind.
I'm very, very excited for it. So, I mean, guys, if you've been around any of the DTI stuff before, we say this all the time. It's quality. Those guys like put on such an amazing night, so you're not going to want to miss it. If you want to get signed up, you have to go to the DTI website, which is Dreaming the Impossible. Search for that. Get a ticket. We would love to hang out with you on that night. As I said, it might be a Zoom thing that we do, but some sites might be trying to meet physically as well. So just keep your ears to the ground for that. But it's going to be ace. So if you love Christmas, if you love Australian accents, it's the place to be. It's going to be great.
Come on.
See you
You
there.
don't want to miss out. The other thing that you don't want to miss out on tonight is the game.
Yes.
Clift, what are we doing? What's
we go.
the stake? What's happening? Tell us all.
I shall, Bex. I shall. So, as it is the 1st of December, we will, of course, be playing a Christmassy game. It may not be as good as the game that they've got planned for the 18th of December. Who knows? But it will be Christmassy, and it is going to be a fun one. So, tonight we are playing a game where there will be 4 rounds and a final. So, you need to get yourself into the final by winning one of those 4 rounds. So, there will be 4 people in the final. And the aim of the game is that us here on screen, myself, Dave, and Bex and Dave, will be narrating a Christmas song. There will all be well-known Christmas songs, but we shall not be singing them. You may say thank you. We shall be dramatically narrating them, and your task is to work out which song these are the lyrics from. It'll make sense as soon as we get going. So, you're only allowed 1 answer in the chat. Make sure you're on livestream.catalyst.vin. Make sure you've refreshed so you're like not too far lagging behind. Otherwise, we might leave you. You might be stuck in the past. And only 1 answer per person. Just get it in quick. We will accept, obviously, Christmas songs kind of get covered by everyone every year. So as long as it's a valid artist, we're mainly looking for the title of the track. Not to get too technical, but we shall. Dave, would you like to kick us off? Number 1. So I've sent
Absolutely.
these guys the lyrics, and it's their own dramatic interpretation as to how they narrate it. But this is the first one. Here we go. Round 1.
I'd like you to offer up some communication with God. Communication for people that at this festive period find things difficult. You're having a good time. Remember that outside of your window, there's some rough stuff going on. It's a planet Earth that's full of bad things and hard things, and sometimes the only liquid that's flowing comes from our eyes in the form of a word I'm not going to say. And yeah, there's festive clanging metal ringing things that make noise. And so tonight, this day, why don't we offer up thanksgiving to our Lord that other people are suffering instead of us? Okay.
Brilliant, Dave. I think you have done too good a job. No one has got this. So Dave has like...
I don't think I got it at the end of that.
So
I got so wrapped up.
Dave dramatically reworded a very popular Christmas song. So think about the way he's saying it. Oh, we've got a correct answer. We've got a correct answer. Dave, it was good. It was
my
good.
done.
word. I'm very impressed that someone got that. Well done, Clark.
I mean, keep the guesses coming. I've kind of given away that is the answer, but Right, let's.
Keep 'em coming
We'll,
anyway.
we shall move on. We shall move on. So that was round one. Clarks, you got it. It was Feed the World / Do They Know It's Christmas Time by Band Aid. It was indeed. The first line was, but say a prayer, pray for the other ones. Pray for the other ones. That
Are
one.
you
You
hoping
know
to
it.
be in Band-Aid?
Well,
22.
that was my audition.
22, we're not even at 22 yet. I'm way ahead.
So, Clarks are in the final. Amazing. Bex, do you want
Great
to take
job,
away
Clarks.
round two? Just try and rein in your dramatization, Dave,
Okay.
so that there's some hope that other people might get it.
So it actually makes some kind of sense.
So more than one person gets it. Try it.
Try my best.
Are you ready? Number two. Here we go.
So I'm looking around the shop and I'm seeing gifts for children everywhere. But the best thing that I've seen is this little like red plant. You see it around Christmas. That's on somebody's door. And I don't even know what this is. But there's, a pair of shoes for someone. And there's a little, and Barney and Ben are hoping for a little toy gun. And then Janice and Jen, they're hoping for some dolls. And meanwhile, Mum and Dad, they're run ragged, and they are just like, when are these kids going back to school? You could start to say that it's beginning to look a little bit festive around here.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh. Good. Get the guesses in. Oh, there's a couple of folk guessing it. That was a good one.
And there are also calls for you to go on X Factor. How do you feel about that?
I did see them come in. I'm feeling flattered. Flattered, I'll say that.
Lovely.
Has that thought ever crossed your mind, Ben?
Nah, never. Not before today.
Oh.
Well, start
It's in
considering it.
there now. Right,
Come
so
on.
we had two correct answers there. The first one who got it was Baba Boo-It. I don't know who that is, but they're in the final. So we've got Clarks and Baba Boo-It in the final. Come on.
Lovely.
Love that name.
So good. Collie correctly named it as Michael Bubbly, but someone got it, and we're going for the title. Cool. All right, this is number 3, and I'm going to do this one. Number 3. It's Andrew. Hi, Andrew. Here's number 3. So, this song. And I am going to carry on killing time beneath a plant that you kiss. Often people kiss. I am not going to write some things one after another and post it to the opposite of the South Pole for the man with the beard. And I will not even stay not sleeping to listen for the magic horned deer at Christmas time. What possibly other things could I do? Because, child, everything that I need for this festive time is yourself. Oh, too many of the flashy things are flashing so flashily all over the place. And also the listening of young people's ha 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 just consumes the atmosphere. Oh, there's people guessing it. Yes, so good. I'll finish up because I'm enjoying it. And
Please do.
me can listen to the cart of snow bells clanging, because, infant, everything that I need for this festive time is in yourself, infant. Brilliant. I really enjoyed that. That was a workout of the mind.
Actually.
So, lots of people have guessed Under the Mistletoe, which is a line. It's maybe even in brackets. But the answer that I had written down, is that a different song, Bex?
Is it a Justin Bieber song? Under Mistletoe. Can anyone confirm this?
Yeah. Okay, so actually they've guessed a different song, not the one I was looking for. But someone has guessed correctly. I was looking for All I Want for Christmas Is You. That's why I was saying baby, infant, everything that I need for the festive time is yourself. Baby, all I want for Christmas is you by Mariah Carey or anyone else. So, Ariana. Oh, yeah, but they already guessed Under the Mistletoe. What do we do?
Oh.
But they were the first to guess Under Mistletoe and also the only person to write All I Want for Christmas Is You. So I think either way, I'm happy to give it to them. Cool. So we've got 3 people in the final. Let's do it again. Let's go. Dave, you do the 4th round. And Bex, you're in the final. You're narrating the final.
Here we go.
So this is the last chance to get into the final. Dave's narrating. Here we go.
You'll need to pray, guys. I don't think I'm going to be very good at this one. Okay. So once someone's bit me, I'll be doubly bashful and I'll stay away. But you still, I can still see you. Talk to me, child. Do you know who I am? It's been 365 days, and yeah. So I'm so bad at this. Happy Noel. I packaged this and delivered it with a card saying I'm extremely fond of you. Previous Noel, I deposited for you my blood pumping organ in my chest. But tomorrow, the following day, you deposited that organ to someone else. And to stop me from crying, this time I'll give it to someone who deserves it. All right. I think that's me.
Lots of guesses, Dave. You did a good job.
That was like teeth. That was hard. Woo.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
It really came alive.
Did it? Okay, thanks.
It was like George's here.
Well, I can see some right answers here.
Yeah, good.
That's good news.
Call it, Dave.
I think the first person would be Kyla.
Woo!
Wow. Last Christmas I gave you my heart from Wham.
Wham. There's a big H in Wham. So we have Kyla. Well done. You're in the final. Clarks. This is not in an order. Ariana / Bella. I'm not sure who that was. And Andrew, a.k.a. Baba Booey, are all in the final. So it's between those 4 people. This is the final, the finale. And Bex is narrating.
I'm quite nervous about this performance.
Here we go.
Aren't you aware that we've come a very long way to turn around and put it in the bin? When I was listening, I thought you said you were very fond of me and that fondness was going to remain. I've only just got started to become friends with you. And what I'm asking you is, won't you remain here just one extra 24 hours? Infant, if you're going to leave, I just don't think I could bear the agony. Please, will you remain here another 24 hours? Abide here now. Oh, please don't leave me isolated like this.
Wow.
And that's where it stops.
I mean, that was powerful. The reason that I think folk maybe aren't getting this song is like, it's a chart song. It's not explicitly a Christmas song, but it is.
It is, and
But
there's
it
one
is.
person who knows it is a Christmas song.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, we've got an answer.
I
One of our
thought
finalists
it.
has already answered. Incredible. And I mean, we're just looking for one answer, so
Bex,
And
I
you-
was
and-
really impressed with that. I feel like you're
That
like
was
a walking
beautiful.
thesaurus. Like,
yeah.
just that's
Your
very
Right.
good.
grasp of the
That's what I do in my spare
your
time.
grasp of the English language. Whew.
Got it.
Any other
Kyla.
finalists want to say? Oh no, you've
Oh,
called
nope. Nope.
it. It is a Christmas song,
song.
but
Kyla's
it's not.
in her
But it
guess.
is.
Any other finalists want to throw out?
We shall wait.
Don't mind us.
We're just here waiting. Any other finalists
What?
want to guess?
Oh, Talis is asking about the Christmas time, the Christmas edition of the
Kitchen
Kitchen Time mug,
Time.
which
Surely it's a Christmas time mug.
Christmas time, yeah. Do you know what? Whoever the winner is, if they want it, rather than the spin of the wheel, we can make that happen.
Wow.
We can have a Christmas
God.
time. No, kitchen time. Christmas mug. Or we can call it
Maybe that's
Christmas
what-
time if you like.
Maybe that's what the Christmas edition says. It's Christmas time.
Christmas time.
Okay.
I think we've got a winner. We've got a winner. Kyla has won. It was E17, Stay Another Day. Stay
What
Now!
a tune!
Which is a Christmas song, even though it doesn't talk about Christmas.
But
It's just when you play it.
smells it.
Yeah, it's Christmas.
Yeah,
It's Christmas
there's probably
Eve.
some snow in the video. Yeah.
Kyla
100%.
won. So Kyla, a historic thing here. You can either choose to spin the wheel, or you can choose to receive a Christmas edition Kitchen Time mug, which I know you could sell on for thousands of pounds.
Arguably, you could, yeah. There's
Talis would
The
definitely give you
demand.
some money for it.
Supply and demand. It's economics. So Kyla, let us know. Are you going to spin the wheel, or do you want a Christmas edition Kitchen Time mug? No pressure.
I
She
feel
wants a
really
mug.
nervous waiting for this answer.
She wants a mug.
She
said
wants the
Kitchen
mug.
Time.
She wants the mug.
Huge!
There we go.
Get
Christmas
those elves on the
edition.
mug.
Kitchen Time
Ta-
mug. That is a.
Talis is already making some bargains. How can I buy it off you?
All right. I think we should move on. Shall
I
we move
wish
on?
that, yeah.
Well
but
done, Kyla.
Get the game moving on. Thank you so much for that, Ben. It was fun, it was festive, and it was just all I hoped it would be. We are going to go into a wee time of worship at the moment, and this is just an opportunity where we can bring ourselves before God. We can tell Him how our week's been, whether that's good stuff or bad stuff. We can also just take a minute to lift our eyes off our own situation and look to God and tell Him how great He is. So we're going to do that in just a moment. Dave, would you pray for us as we go into that time
Yeah.
of worship?
Yeah, absolutely. Lord, we just pray that as we come to worship you now, you'd help us to just focus in on you. Lord, we thank you that as we worship you, Lord, you choose to meet with us, and we just pray that that will be our experience right now, God, that we would just be aware of your presence with us. We give you this time. It's all for you. We love you, God. Amen.
At your name, the mountains shake and crumble. At your name, the oceans roar and tumble. At your name, angels will bow, the earth will rejoice, your people cry out. And Lord of all the earth, we shout your name, filling up the skies with endless endless praise, Yahweh, Yahweh. We love to shout your name, oh Lord. There's no one like you, Jesus, no one like you. At your name, the morning breaks in glory. At your name, Jesus, creation sings your story. At your name, angels will bow, the earth will rejoice, your people cry out. We cry out to you, God. Lord of all the earth, we shout your name, filling up the skies with endless praise, Yahweh, Yahweh. We love to shout your name, oh Lord. We love to shout your name, 'cause there is no one like our God. We will praise you, there's no one like our God. We will sing, there is no one like our God. We will praise you, there's no one like our God. We will sing, there is no one like our God. We will praise you, there's no one like our God. We will sing, Jesus. Lord of all the earth, we shout your name, filling up the skies with endless praise, Yahweh, Yahweh. We love to shout your name, oh Lord. We love to shout your name. It's our response for all you've done for us, Jesus, for all you've done. And oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. It's our response, Jesus. It's our response. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. And I love your presence. And I love your presence. And I love you, Jesus. I love your presence. And in the glory of your presence, I I find a rest for my soul in the depths of your love. I find peace, makes me whole. And I love your presence. I love your presence. I love you, Jesus. I love your presence. You meet us, God, right where we are. We thank you.
And so often it's easy to rush away from these moments or to love what God gives us. But we have an opportunity to sit in the presence of the God of everything, creator of all, sovereign Lord Most High. So let's just take a moment to wait in that place. Come, Jesus. And yes, Lord, we just thank you that you are here with us, that you are meeting us, that you are ministering to us. And God, we thank you that you are always waiting for us, that you're always there, Lord. Amen. Amazing. Thank you so much for that time of worship, Ben. That was lovely. We are about to move into the time of our night where we open the Bible and where we read God's word and see how we can apply that to our own lives, which is super exciting. The amazing Dave Hall is going to lead us in that tonight. And Ben, would you pray for Dave as he does that?
Would love to. God, we thank you that you speak to us today in 2020 on the 1st of December this evening, or whenever we're watching this. And God, I pray that your Holy Spirit would fill Dave, that his words would be your words, that you'd give him wisdom, you'd give him clarity, and that every word that he speaks that's relevant for someone listening would just be like an arrow. It wouldn't come back without making a difference and challenging something. So we ask that you speak. We want to say that we're listening, God. Amen.
Amen. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Well, really excited that tonight we're going to be starting a brand new series. We just finished the series all about family and how our family relationships are a big thing and how they affect so much in our lives. And tonight we're starting a new series all about Christmas, which I'm very excited about. Big Christmas fan. This series is called Christmas Lights. And so for the next 3 weeks, that's what we're going to be chatting about. Tonight, we are in part 1, and I want to kick things off with a little. I'm sure you guys have seen this before, like memes and stuff like that that are about expectation versus reality. So you expected one thing to happen in a particular way, and it didn't quite pan out. So here we go. First one: expectation. Someone's bought a Batman mask. There's the reality. A little bit sad. It's a bit like, you ever seen Mrs. Doubtfire when the mask gets ran over by the truck? That kind
Yeah,
of vibe.
strong
Anyway.
like this there.
Very upsetting. So here's the next one. Expectation. You're going to make a Thomas cake, maybe for a little brother or sister. As it turns out, would scar them for life.
It's not even recognizable.
Next one here. Maybe you want a nice rug for your living room.
Lovely.
You think that looks great, and so it's a bargain. You order it online, and that's what you get. Oh, disappointing. This was actually from a headline that said, I ordered, what was it, like a big rug that I thought was the bargain. It turned out to be a hairy paper plate, which is very upsetting for that woman. But never mind. So that's what she got. I think there might be one more. And yes, it's Christmas. We're gonna get, if we get some snow, I'll be the first one out there to get building snowmen. But probably it will end up a little bit like that. A little bit sad, a little bit sorry for herself. But expectations versus reality, man. I mean, I'm sure we've all had those moments where we've expected something to be a certain way and it maybe hasn't quite worked out. And with actually, let me move this over here. I've got a little quote for you guys that I read today, and it says this: the happiest and healthiest people are those whose expectations meet reality. So if we've got like massive expectations and the reality isn't so great, maybe we're not as happy, we're not as healthy as we could be. And so I want to ask you guys, when it comes to Christmas, what are your expectations like? Are you the kind of people that like get really pumped for it? And write this in the chat as well. Are you really excited for Christmas, or is it kind of the thing where you're like, oh, I don't know if it'll be that good. I'm getting a bit older now. Like, you know, there's so much build up. Maybe it's not going to be that great. What do you think? In the chat, give me a 1 to 10. That's not 10. 10 on what your expectations for Christmas are. 10 if you're like, yes, I expect every year it's going to be amazing. 1 if you're like, I go in expecting the worst. I'm not that excited for Christmas. What do we think? What do you guys think on screen?
I'm pretty low. I think I'm like a 3 or a 4. It's like a wee self-defense thing. Like if I go in low, I'll be pleasantly surprised rather than the other way around. Maybe that's a bit sad. Maybe a bit
What
sad.
be Bex?
I feel a solid 5, and it builds as it goes on, so it starts quite low and it gets better. I feel my biggest expectations now are for food. Like, that is like the hype.
Way better
Less
than
about the
gifts.
presents,
Yeah,
more about the
yeah.
pigs and blankets.
Whoa, there's loads of 10s in the chat.
There's a lot of 10s. You guys are
We
wild.
have 10 people. Dave, what's your number?
Guys, so keen. Someone's asked if the photo by My Name Is a Pizza. Yes, it is, because just like Beck said, food. It's all about the food, man. Christmas still nice, but I miss snow. We've got some 5s, got some 6s, got some. But generally, you guys are like pretty pumped for Christmas. 100 from Ariane and Bella. Oh my word, you guys are well keen. Well, I don't know. For me, it feels like there is that big build up every year, and sometimes I come away disappointed. And I think Ben, you said that thing of like, I don't know if you quite phrase it like this, but it's almost like you don't want to get your hopes up in case they're dashed, right? Like you're almost a little bit cautious. It's like, and we can feel it that in life, right? We can almost deliberately lower our expectations a bit because maybe that way we won't get hurt or we won't get disappointed. So you could have like a test coming up, and then if you go in and think, I'm probably going to get like a D. I don't know if people still get A, B, C, D, E or whatever, but like, a D, so not an amazing grade. And then you come out and get a C, you'd be like, oh, well, I'm happy with that. I did better than I thought. But if you went in expecting an A and then you got a C, then you might be like, oh, a bit gutted. So we can do that sometimes. We can have this like our expectations, maybe so we don't get disappointed, whatever. And so from the looks of things, you guys don't do that with Christmas. You're like going for it, and that's totally fine. That's cool. Go for it. But I'd be willing to bet that there are some areas in all of our lives where we do this a little bit, where we bring our expectation level down. And actually, one of those areas that that can be in the area of faith. It can be that sometimes we can keep our expectations a bit low. Maybe in the past we've expected God to do things in a certain way and he hasn't. Maybe we've been praying for something that we've wanted to see him do, and then it feels like that thing hasn't happened, or God hasn't been answering our prayers in the way that we were hoping or expecting that he would. And sometimes, that just happens and that's okay. But sometimes it can feel like that happens, a lot. And maybe we could get to the point where we just feel like, do you know what? When it comes to God, when it comes to faith, maybe I had just got a lower expectation. And as a result of that, a bunch of things can happen. We can stop praying because maybe we believe God isn't really going to do anything about a situation, or we can lose interest in God because maybe he can feel far away from us, or like he doesn't care. Or maybe we think like, actually, maybe God's weak. Maybe there's situations that he can't do anything about. And so there's no point in praying because he's not powerful enough to do anything. Or we could think God is uninterested. He doesn't care about anything in our lives. So why bother praying to him at all? Because he's probably not going to do anything. And sometimes we can get to that place where if we have that lower expectation of God, we start to believe all of those things. And, we just don't really expect God to do much. And we just want to talk about this tonight and unpack it a little bit, because what if that's where you're at tonight, but actually, for a bunch of us, we're actually wrong about that. And actually, the opposite could be true. I want to talk about, the Christmas story is what we talk about all through December pretty much. And certainly in this series, we're going to be talking about that a bunch. We're not the only people, or we're not the first people to have expectations of God and then feel like he hasn't met them. So in the story of the Nativity, things didn't happen like people expected. Mary, mother of Jesus, she's really young. She's pregnant, this Jewish teenager that's engaged to be married to Joseph. And she's not just super pregnant and tired and uncomfortable as she's going on this donkey towards Bethlehem. But when she gets there, she's got nowhere to sleep. All the hotels are full. That sounds like a really bad scenario, right? You're really heavily pregnant. There's nowhere to sleep. But then to make matters worse, oh my word, she starts going into labor. And it's like, what do we do? Like, this is crazy. And so desperately, Joseph's scrambling around, trying to find somewhere to take her. And where do they go? They find a barn. And, we hear that story all the time. And we just, we're probably, the majority of us know that story pretty well. And it's like, oh yeah, and they go on the donkey in the barn and it's all fine. But actually, to be in that situation, if I was Mary or Joseph, like, I would have really struggled with that, I think, because I probably would have been thinking, why am I in this situation? Like, I probably would have been thinking, God must be really far away, or he's angry with us, or he's forgotten about us, or he's punishing us. Maybe it just feels like God's silent right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, all that stuff would have been going through my head. And maybe you've had moments like that, where it's felt like what you expected a situation to be like, what you expected the outcome to be like, is nothing like it actually turned out to be. It's nothing like the reality. And often in those moments, we can assume that it's because we've done something wrong, or because God isn't who we thought. There's a moment where an angel turns up and tells Joseph exactly what God was like and what God was going to be like when he arrived. Okay, so he lays out the expectations. And this is from Matthew 1, verse 21 to 23. And it says this: She will give birth to a son. He's talking about Mary. And you are to give him the name Jesus, because he will save people from their sins. All this took place to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel, which means God with us. And so for those guys, they expected, the people at the time were expecting Jesus to come to earth, but they were expecting someone who was going to be a ruler, like a king who was going to conquer land and fight for them and all this kind of stuff. And actually, what they got was a baby. Their expectations and the reality was like totally out of sync. It was like, what is going on? This baby is here. But actually, in God's wisdom, he did something that was way better than what they wanted. Because rather than just getting some conqueror who was going to like flatten the land and flatten all their enemies, what God did was he came and made himself completely accessible and available to everyone. Rather than having this ruler that's far away in a palace, Jesus came as a baby in a stable, like completely vulnerable, completely human, and completely God at the same time. And God made himself available to us. And this idea of God being with us is something that no one expected. You know, that was not on anyone's cards at all. And yet that's what God decided to do. And God doing that changed everything. What this phrase of God with us, what it means is that we are never alone. We are never alone. God is always with us, no matter, you know, what our behavior is like, whether we've had a good day or a bad day, whether we've done really great things, really awful things, no matter if our family situation is really great or really bad, no matter what we've done that we're proud or embarrassed of, God is with us no matter what. And so I just wanted to ask you guys on screen, what does that phrase God with us, what does that mean to you?
I think to me it's that thing of, like you say, whatever happens, I know God will be there. And sometimes it doesn't always feel like that in the middle of it when you're going through a really tough situation. But actually, when you look back, you can see like God's fingerprints over everything, and you can see like, oh, God's grace in that, or that person really blessed me or encouraged me, and they kept me going. And I think it's just that promise as well that whatever is to come, I know God will be there through all of that as well.
So good.
Yeah. I think, Dave, what you were saying about Jesus being fully human, that's something that encourages me, encourages us as Christians. Like, Jesus was fully human. He was really sad, like his friends died, and he was gutted and really, really sad about it. He was angry. He was tempted. I think that's the one that stuck out the most. Like, the devil like tempted Jesus to save himself and to like turn rocks into bread. So I feel like when I'm tempted to stray away from what God's called me to do, that's not like on your own, you know, it's just you versus the temptation. Like, I have a relationship with a God who's experienced that exact thing. So I'm inviting God into that. Like, he's already been there and he's like, he's won that. So and I can do that with him because he's with me in that. Yeah.
So good. And hey, Moran's just put in the chat, I feel like I am invincible when God is with me. And we definitely, you know, I love that because we have those moments of being like, we can feel like pretty normal and pretty like, oh, it's just me. But actually, when we realize, man, God, the God who created the universe that we've been, you know, singing to and talking about all tonight, he actually is with me. He wants a relationship with me. He wants to be in my life. That can make us feel like, oh my gosh, absolutely incredible. And at the same time as that, there's other times when it feels hard. When like we talked about the expectation reality, life doesn't look how we thought it was going to or how we expected it to. But the amazing thing, like we've been talking about, is it doesn't change. God is still with us, even when things aren't as we hoped or expected. And I just really want to encourage you guys that just to remember this week, no matter what your reality is, God is with you in it. No matter what your reality is, God is with you in it. And I would just really encourage you, make this week a week where you try and remind yourself, God is actually with me. He's not far away. He's not distant. He's really close, and he's with me. Maybe you could put that on a lock screen on your phone or your wallpaper or something like that, just so that it's as in the wallpaper on your phone. Maybe don't scroll it all over your wallpaper, but go for it if you want. But just something to remind yourself that, yeah, do you know what? God is here and he's with me. So if you're in that place where you feel that your expectations have been lowered in terms of how you feel towards God, remember he's with you. And this is a moment, I think, where we can actually choose to step forward a little bit and to trust that God is with us and he knows what's going on in your life and he knows where you're going. Even if it feels hard at the minute, even if it feels like, God, where are you in all of this? What he wants to say to you is, I'm here, I'm with you. And he has good things for you. Okay. Yeah. I think we'll kind of, yeah, we'll wrap it up there. Just go have that encouragement this week. God is with you.
So good. Thank you, Dave. We're just going to go into a wee time of response. And often in this time, we wait on God and we see what God has to say to us. And that is not just us on screen. You guys, we believe God speaks to everyone. And so if you feel like God is saying something, then we would absolutely love to hear it. Please do just pop it in the chat. I think I would absolutely love if we could sing I Love Your Presence again. And just as we welcome God in and as we draw near to him, I just felt as though there was two things that God might be saying to us tonight. One was for people who you just feel really disappointed with God, particularly during this season of pandemic. You just felt like, God, where are you? You're nowhere to be found, and it's really, really difficult. And we'd love to just stand with you in that and to invite Jesus into that situation. And the other thing I felt was that there was a bunch of people on the screen who they felt like they wanted to raise their expectations of God and they wanted to draw really near to him. And they weren't sure how that looked and what that would mean if my expectations for God are also a 10 out of 10 or 100 the way they are for Christmas. And again, we would love to absolutely pray that and just for God to, stir up that fire. So yeah, if either of those are you, we'd love you to hit the prayer button in the chat and you'd be connected to one of our leaders and you can pray through that with them. We're going to worship at the moment and invite God into this place.
In the glory of your presence, I find rest for my soul. And in the depths of your love, I find peace, makes me whole. And I love your presence. I love your presence. I love you, Jesus. I love your presence. You're with us, God. We're here in your presence. I find rest for my soul in the depths of your love. I find peace, makes me whole. I love your presence. I love your presence. I love you, Jesus. I love your presence.
I just felt like I might have had a word about just that thing of having like a high expectation of God, and like raising our expectation. And we're just thinking back to a while ago when something with my phone broke. I think it was the screen like cracked or something like that. And I had to take it to a shop. I had to take it to a guy who knew what he was doing and hand it over to him. And then he took that away. And then a few days later, or a little bit later, I got my phone back. And there's almost like something in that. There's just like a trust that like, I know that this person knows more about this than I do. Like I can't fix my phone. If I start pulling the screen off and that, like I'm going to wreck it. But I just feel like for some of us, there's maybe situations or things that we just need to trust God with those situations. We need to hand that stuff over to him and be like, you can do stuff with this, God, more than I can. So I'm going to pray about this. I'm going to hand that over to you. So just invite you now just to do that with God. Maybe just have a think, Lord, is there stuff where I'm not trusting you? I'm not having any expectation of you, and you're actually inviting me to do that. And just like Beck said, like I feel like God is going to start to exceed our expectations, and actually we're going to see some amazing stuff happen just by trusting him, just by inviting him into what's going on in our lives. So just encourage you, just take a moment to do that now. Give that to God.
And God, we just thank you that you are trustworthy, that you never leave us, that you are Emmanuel, God with us, and that you've been with us yesterday, today, and tomorrow. God, we thank you that when everything's changing, we can still hang on to you. God, we just pray that your presence in our lives would be so clear over the next week, Lord. Would we feel close to you? Would we hear you whisper in our ear, Lord? Amen. Amen. Lovely.
Brilliant.
Well, guys.
Can I say a quick thing?
Yes.
Sorry.
Please do.
A really quick announcement for the guys who are in the Inverary, Stoney and Mearns group. The settings were wrong on previous weeks, so you were locked out of that chat. So if you tried to get on another week, and couldn't. We've sorted it now, so we'll see you at Discord if you're in that group. Sorry about that. You're not locked out anymore.
Dave has opened the door for you. Run through it while you can. And with that, we are going to go into our pods right now. All the information is on Discord, wherever you're meeting. And we will see you in person or on screen next week.
Wow.
Yes. Awesome.
Super excited. See you then, everyone.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.